favorites. We're standing in front of three exceptional, great size Murasaki kiyohime. So Murasaki kiyohime is a compact dwarf that makes more of a plateau than height, and it kind of just makes these perfect little toadstool shapes. I love the shape it makes. This is going to not be weeping, but it's going to create that perfect little dome environment.
Yeah, and one of the things that people often ask us is, how does Murasaki kiyohime vary from kiyohime? Well, kiyohime goes perfectly lateral almost, where Murasaki kiyohime often has a little more upright habit to it, making more of a ball shape. And then it gives that perfect little toadstool like Matt was talking about. I mean, it's an excellent container plant. It's a great plant to put underneath those windowsills because it doesn't get very tall, but it gives you a very unique texture and a very cool shape.
One of my favorite ways to do these are in a big patio planter. These are in 10-gallon pots right now, so you can see they can stay in a container for quite a while. So if you're starting out with a smaller plant, a patio planter is a great way to do these. These will leaf out in the early spring with an exceptional purple border to one of the smallest leaves from the Japanese maple. And it is an exceptional tree. Now they do fade to more of a light green like you see right now, and the fall colors range from oranges to reds.
Now Matt and I, we used to go load up a bunch of Japanese maples and go to garden shows all around the South. And whenever we had this tree in the springtime with its purple red border, it was always one of the very first trees that would sell out. And we'd always bring as many of them as we could, but they would sell out the quickest. And that's because that spring interest with that purple red border really puts on a very unique display, but also one that's very fun to play with and one that's awesome to make a container out of. I mean, those containers, when you have this tree in there with that purple red border and that more ball shape, I mean, you don't even have to prune a Japanese maple to get that. They hadn't been hedged. It makes that ball shape all by itself. So you have very unique texture and very unique colors with Murasaki kiyohime.
Now, because of that small leaf, these are also very popular for bonsai. I think you're going to enjoy this one whether you're starting out with a smaller plant or one of these very mature specimens. It's one that you've got to have in the dwarf Japanese maple garden.